all the challenge participants used it as an opportunity to learn and learn about the lessons of the risk and reward, technical and fundamental analysis, diversification, trading strategies, um, and most important, due diligence that you've learned in the challenge will serve you well in trading and investing in both cryptocurrency and traditional investments.
I would love to know, we gave you guys some materials for learning some TA, but what Twitter accounts or subreddits were you reading, or who were you learning from along the way? What were some of the places that you turned to?
Surprisingly, I stayed away from Twitter altogether, other than Elon Musk, just like looking for any tweets he had to post. I'd say I stayed away from Twitter. I mainly focused on Reddit, just looking up like how is it doing or what do people think it's gonna go up or any news. I didn't really stay in a Reddit community. However, one YouTube channel I can recommend would be Andre Jick. He doesn't go into like deep technical analysis, but he seems to have like a wide knowledge on just the different coins and cryptocurrency in general. He's been in there for like a good decade now.
Point, other than using Reddit to kind of gauge hype around certain currencies, I would recommend using CoinDesk. CoinDesk provides a little bit of news here and there, and I look at that on a daily basis in order to really understand what people are talking about.
I actually use TradingView. Then most times I watch CNBC. They talk about a lot of things on stock and crypto currency. So that actually helped me during the training as well. And also Market Watch.
Michelle, what advice would you give to someone wanting to get into trading crypto?
So my advice as somebody who's traded stocks before and has experience in that, I would say when going into crypto trades, it's a lot faster in some ways than the stock market because of fluctuations. So for me, for example, logging onto Twitter, seeing and keeping up with updates instead of just letting my assets sit there, being more aware of what was happening in the market in real time, I think was one piece of advice. If I knew that in the beginning, I would have like incorporated more and would have gained more in crypto money at the end. But now I know, so I'm glad that I know now.
A little bit of Dogecoin, definitely. The hype around there was pretty great. I'm glad I listened, but I didn't fully dive in. I believe I got in like right before the Friday before it doubled, and then I got out like that afternoon after, and it went back down. So I was like, hey, I played that pretty well. Yep, buy the rumor, sell the news, definitely.
So I would have gone back and bought more Ethereum instead of some of the other assets I had, and like I think it was like ADA and storage. Zen was a good hold, but I feel like I could have made more money by investing early on in Ethereum.
But after a while, I tried to apply some little knowledge I know about in stock market. I tried to apply it in the coin, and I noticed it was actually working for me.
I would say not so much like the same strategies I would use in the stock market. However, like looking at how the market caps and the volume of trades we're doing on certain days, and even just like relaying back patterns between different coins, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Advice that I would give regarding the stock market, I would just let them know to make sure that they're getting into it for the right reasons, because oftentimes, you would be led to a certain prerogative because of what's trendy. But if you jump into crypto with blind eyes, albeit sometimes these days it may work and it may work in your favor, but I wouldn't be surprised if the market wouldn't go your way. Nothing beats your own research at the end of the day.
How often were you trading? Is it once every few days, every 5 minutes?
Definitely not rapid fire. For me, I definitely had to do more research on my coins. So I'd say as much as once a day, maybe a few trades a day, uh, if I split up my coins, and then as low as once a week because I felt like confident in my decisions, and I was like, just have to hold, just have to be patient.
For me, it was a daily thing. Like I said, I was kind of on a static schedule. I always started at 7:30, and that's when I conduct some of my deep TA and analysis before I do my entry. I'd set a 50% stop loss and profit take at rejection and breakout. At 12 o'clock, I do a 50% profit take at first resistance, as well as 100% stop loss is moved to entry, meaning that the play was rejected. And moving into the evening time, market research and exit. I'd review daily crypto buzz for the news, multinational news outlets for societal uncertainty, as well as Yahoo Finance and CoinDesk for bear stock market movement. Place a 50% profit take at second resistance and a 50% stop loss at my entry. So it was a daily thing. And it was something that once I really had it set in my schedule, it came like a charm.
Sometimes I do daily and weekly. Like Cameron said, I also set my limits like stop loss so that when it gets to this certain point, it automatically it will sell so that at least I don't lose everything and still have some gain at the end of it. Yeah, I actually use that too. And another thing is once I invest, and maybe it's going down, I don't take all my money because the next day it can pick up again. So I can just sell parts of it, maybe like 25%, maybe 50%, then I leave the rest.
At any given point of time in your portfolio, how many currencies or how many assets were you holding? The largest number, what was it? Was it 4, 5, 1?
I definitely at one point had up to 6 coins. At one point, I definitely did. That was like at the beginning just to get a feel for things because I had just coming into this, I had only been into Bitcoin more or less. I had was lucky enough to like 10x after like the last 2 years, but what do you call it? Coming in here, I was like, okay, this is an actual competition. I have to pay attention to multiple different things, and I kind of made a mistake going too wide. And again, once I did more and more research, like I could consolidate and put my money into certain coins that I saw value in.
For me, at any given point in time, I didn't have over 6, but that is including trades that had already been completed in my eyes, and I was just holding runners on them. But viable ones that I was watching, only 2 or 3.
So I was having like between 4 to 6. That was what I was holding to, like between 4 to 6 coin.
I quickly wanted to express my thanks to each of you once again for enabling me and my cohort to really learn and understand crypto space through trading and giving us the platform to boost ourselves to the next level. So thank you.
The educational journey doesn't end, and this is just the beginning.